You know what? I finally figured it out. That productizing thing. I know what Alze's talking about now. Hey, it's Alze Calhoun with Coveted Consultant. I realize that the term productizing may be a new term for you. It may not be a term you grew up with in business. It may not be a term that you use a lot inside of your own business. However, there's a specific value that is communicated when you have a productized service. And I want to tell you a story that kind of makes me smile, because this is a current client right now in the program where the light bulb finally went off for him about how productizing can work inside of his business and the momentum he now feels or experiences. So the story goes is that when he was in the program initially, he had heard productizing from me on the YouTube channel. There's stuff in the program that's more about, productizing. So he knew the concept generally, but he was trying to figure out how to make it make sense for his business. And he was making a classic mistake while he was thinking it through. He was trying to find the one service that he could cram all of his experience into. And I'm here to tell you that's very, very difficult. Trying to get all of your know-how, all of your experience neatly inside of one service. Painful. So we were going through the process, and then the light bulb finally went off for him. He had to see the concept inside someone else's business. So here's a story he was sharing with me. In his home, he has a basement, and it rained, right? It snowed, it rained, and so there was some water inside of his basement. And he ran across a gentleman in his local market that had a service. And that service was called Main Drain Snake Out. Now, first of all, if you don't have a main drain, you have no idea what I'm talking about. That's part of the point. This service is not for you. If you have a main drain, you know exactly what this is. So this drain, there's a drain that leads to and from your home, and that drain gets clogged, it gets stuck. And so when you need someone to clean it out, there's a tool that they have called a snake, right? It's basically a really long rod or chain that's put into that main drain. So if you have a main drain, it's been clogged, and if you need a snake, you know that. Okay, so this speaks directly to that need. Okay, now the next part though is how he delivers on that service, right? That service, time of that service is 1 hour. How much? $120. Scope, unclog the drain, right? So if you want your drain unclogged, that's the scope of work, right? We want the problem solved. Drain unclogged. How long? 1 hour. How much? $120. How easy is it to understand these two things together? If this is your problem, there's your solution. Okay, now, hopefully you're laughing like I'm laughing, right? You're smiling like I'm smiling, because it makes sense at this point. So the light bulb went off for my client. The light bulb went off that he understood that he didn't need to get everything he knew into one service. He just needed to get this kind of proposition accomplished, right? He needed to get this accomplished. He needed to be able to communicate what he did under a finite time, price, and scope. And by doing that, he's received new momentum. He has had much better conversations with prospective clients. In fact, they've been calling him in answer to their prayers. You're the person I've been looking for. Those are the kind of quotes they've used in people talking to him. He's closed 3, 4, 5 new deals in like a week's time frame, right? But his ability to resonate so loudly with his prospective client is not because he invented some magical service. It's because he accepted the challenge of being more specific with the precise problem he can solve for his clients. My question to you, do you owe it to your clients to be a little bit more precise about exactly what you could do for them? And if you did, how much better would your conversations be? How much faster would your deals close?